New England and San Diego about to kick, and the Chargers won the toss. And Phil, a final thought before kickoff.
Well, you know, Jim, just excited to see the game. Everybody's so anxious. The game's starting a little late, so the fans, they've been yelling and screaming for the last 20 minutes. We'll see if they're conditioned to keep it going the whole game.
Michael Turner, the return man, waits at the goal line. Gostowski drives it to about the 7. And Turner, the backup to Tomlinson, who's had a good year of his own, is out to the 27, hit there by Heath Evans. Well, they began the season talking about San Diego with a quarterback who had never started in the NFL. And what a season. 14-2, he directs the leading scoring team in the league. Talking about Rivers. With a line that missed only 1 game to injury. Dielman missed 1 game, but the rest all healthy. Although McNeil, the rookie, outstanding, playing with broken hands. And there you see Parker Tomlinson, Neal Gates, his high-powered attack of San Diego that averaged more than 30 points a game. Little toss to begin it with Tomlinson, who squeezes through a hole and gets to the outside for a first down. Running behind Brandon Maliuna. They came out with 2 tight ends.
Something the Chargers do a lot. They love to put 2 tight ends to one side. You said it, Jim. Monty Maliuna, good block to the outside. The Patriots, all they have talked about all during the week, let's keep LaDainian Tomlinson in between the tackles in the middle of the field. First run, he gets outside.
It was not only Manu Maluyuna, but also the rookie McNeil, who shoved Seymour aside, and Tomlinson with an 11-yard gain. So now first down from the 37, right back to the MVP. And that's contained for a gain of 3, running into Vince Wilfork. This New England defense, number 2 in the league, fewest points allowed. What a front line there with Warren, Wilfork, and Seymour. Linebacking core, Colvin, Bruschi, their captain, Vrabel, and the fast-emerging Tully Bantacane. Samuel with 10 picks in the regular season, another one last week. He has an interception in each of the last 3 postseason games. And, of course, the decorated record of Bill Belichick. They set out to the left side, Manu Maliuna. Out on 2nd down and 7, over to Neal. And he drives ahead into the arms of Hobbs, but has the first down. What about your spotlight, Phil, with the Chargers?
Good start for the Chargers offense. Just talking to them, the New England defense, they said they can't do magic, but that means they can only do so much because they got to stop LaDainian Tomlinson and Antonio Gates. And for the New England defense, we've already talked about it. Keep LaDainian Tomlinson inside, because once he gets out, that's where he makes guys miss, and he gets the big plays.
And there's Marty Schottenheimer. Picked up his 200th win in the last game of the regular season. Only the 5th coach in the history of the league to reach that milestone victory. So first down after another 11-yard gain, and now operating in New England territory. It's a 3-yard gain for Tomlinson.
Jim, when you look at this San Diego offense, what goes unnoticed, we talk so much about Antonio Gates, the quarterback, Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Thomas, the offensive line. They're big, they're physical, they knock people around, they're off to a good start here today. And of course they got to be physical to have a running attack like they do, no matter how great LaDainian Tomlinson is.
Gates was out on the last play, but right back in, and he shifts over to the left side on 2nd down and 7 from the Patriots 46. Pick up the blitz of Bruschi and toss it over for a first down, and the ball is ruled incomplete. Incomplete as Parker had it for a moment, and Hobbs stripped it out of his hands.
That is just good reaction to the football while it's in the air by Ellis Hobbs. Parker makes the catch, and immediately the force, good technique, coming at the right angle, makes big contact and knocks the football out. A lot of pressure is going to be put on both of the corners today for the New England Patriots. When you're going against Antonio Gates, LaDainian Tomlinson, you've got to crowd more people to the middle of the field.
Had that been ruled a catch, it would have been a New England recovery, but no football move if you're wondering at home what happened there. So he did not get a couple of steps at least, and here Gates What a tackle to prevent the first down. That is Chad Scott, the veteran, who they picked up a year ago by way of Pittsburgh. And that prevented the Chargers from keeping this drive going.
So many ways for the Chargers. You're right, Jim. Tremendous tackle for them, finding ways to get the football to Antonio Gates. He comes out of the backfield. He's always in motion. He lines up close to the quarterback, way outside. So they got about 20 plays in that game plan. How to get it to him, that was just one way.
Cyphers, the punter, has had a brilliant season. 35 punts traveling inside the 20 and only 2 touchbacks. It's Troy Brown just inside of the 10. So Cyphers, they call on to hit another knuckleball down inside the 10, and he does it. Brown with the fair catch at the 9. Tom Brady loosening up, ready to take the field for the first time in this divisional playoff game. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms back in San Diego. And with that last stop by the Patriot defense, Bill Belichick, in 12 postseason games at New England, has still never allowed a first possession point by the opposition. Actually, that mark is now up to 13 times. And now for Brady, he'll step back with Falk wide to the left. Their first snap starts at the 10-yard line. He rifles it, incomplete, intended for Watson. Tom Brady won his first 10 postseason starts, lost in the divisional round last year to Denver, started a new win streak last week against the Jets. His line with Light and Mankins, Copen, Neal, and Kazir. His leading receiver was a Charger a year ago, Rashae Caldwell, with Dillon and Graham and Gaffney, who's had quite a late run, along with Troy Brown on the outside. Dillon the single back on 2nd and 10. Dillon shifts to the right and is twisted down by Donnie Edwards after a gain of 2. The San Diego defense led the league in sacks with 61. Castillo with an ankle sprain is back today. Williams and Olshansky. Phillips underrated on one side, Godfrey and Edwards, and Merriman again, who led the league in sacks with 17. The secondary, Jammer, Keel, McCree bringing leadership this year, and Florence. So we'll call it 3rd and 8. We'll see what this sack-happy defense does on this passing down. Picked up by the line, ball tipped way up in the air, and it should have been picked off. Clinton Hart had it. It was an easy get.
That it was. The Patriots, Jim, they do a good job. They get Rashae Caldwell open, coming across the middle, but a quick pass. Defensive lineman, we saw it in the first game. Get your hands up. That's Marlon McCree, the safety, up near the line of scrimmage, who tips the football.
It ricocheted off McCree and then Rashae Caldwell, and then I don't know how Hart didn't catch it, but instead Sauerbrunn into punt. Would have had the ball somewhere inside of the 20. And in midfield, fair catch by Eric Parker. Still excellent field position.
I don't know about the chili for me too. What do you mean it's okay for you?
Come on, a lot of people feeling sorry for you right now across the country.
Wait, you've been up here, you got a heater by your feet, and you got a blanket around your shoulders. It's the truth. You are.
10-game win streak. The heater is right by your ankles. Here we go from the 50, and it's Tomlinson. And well defended by the Patriots. So again, last week got that rhythm going offensively. Their first drive right down the field with a Dillon touchdown. Today, 3 plays and a punt. And the Chargers with a chance to do something. Lorenzo Neal is sent out to the right. And now will shift around. On a wing. And Rivers in the pocket. Flings it right through the arms of Eric Parker, who dropped one on the first series.
You know, it's interesting. We talked to Philip Rivers on Friday, and he dropped back in the New England Patriots defense. It's noted for all the moving they do, all trying to disguise looks, and he says, I don't care. I'm not going to pay attention to it. If my first receiver is Antonio Gates, I'm going to look at him, and if he's not open, I'll go to the next guy. So I'm not going to confuse myself trying to read all those guys running around and where they're going to end up.
So a little jittery for San Diego. 2 drop balls and a drop pick. On 3rd and 10, stepping to the right and firing again, incomplete. Sanders and Chad Scott hoping knock that away from Antonio Gates.
Rivers not showing any nerves, starting out his first playoff start. First year being the starting quarterback. Very good protection, throwing the football on target. But so far, receivers not making a couple tough catches and missing a very easy one, too.
We had Troy Brown on the field for the Patriots last time. When they returned this time, it's Kevin Falk awaiting the kick of Cyphers. Signaling, waving, and grabbing it at the 6. A 43-yard punt, another beauty, and Brady coming out for the second time. CBS Sportsline has the playoffs covered from every angle. You can get the latest news and expert analysis and video coverage updated daily. Check it out all month long at CBSSportsline.com. And the Patriots' second possession. And once again, starting from inside of the 10-yard line. And a little conference first for Tony Caranti and his officials.
Would the play clock operator please reset the play clock to 25 seconds. 25 seconds, thank you.
So much of what the Patriots are doing at the line of scrimmage, they're trying to make sure they get an offensive lineman blocking Sean Merriman. And the officials are trying to fix the clock.
Yep, still got an issue with the play clock.
The play clock operator, please start the play clock upon my signal. Thank you.
Now, and at last it begins, that play clock. I got Maroney in to the right of Brady, the rookie running back, who's explosive. And from the gun, over to Caldwell, the former Charger, who dives to the 10 and gains 3. And fill your spotlight on the Patriots.
New England's offense, it's big. Can they protect Tom Brady? And especially Sean Phillips and Sean Merriman on the outside. Found out where they are. For the San Diego Chargers, what will the game plan be by the New England offense? They got to be alert, ready to adjust, because there's about 3 different offenses they use. Looks like it's going to be the spread, though, more than anything.
And they flood the right side. You see Merriman standing up on the right side of that defense. On 2nd and 7, Brady takes off and slides to the 14-yard line. To the feet of Donnie Edwards. Picks up 4.
And here's what happens. Watch the guard as he pulls out. Stephen Neal trying to block Sean Phillips. Tremendous job. Tom Brady knows the pressure's coming. So early in the game as a quarterback, you're a little anxious. And so you will move and step up probably faster now than you will later in the game.
It's 3rd down and 3. Big pressure. Pass intended for Falk. And they were coming in, including Sean Merriman on Brady. He got right past Nick Kazir.
Well, you brace yourself so much on the right side. Here it is, top of your screen, for the power of Sean Merriman. You think, oh, he's going to try to overrun me. Then all of a sudden you realize this guy is really quick and fast. He's around you, makes Tom Brady get rid of the football way before he's ready to.
Sauerbrunn, the 3rd punter of the year for the Patriots. Been with him just a month. Former Bronco, former Panther. This a spiral to the 30. Parker clotheslined at the 34-yard line. 56-yard punt. Brady takes the hit of Merriman. The Patriots still without a first down. Well, this is the kind of matchup you enjoy watching, Phil. The strength versus strength, looking at their rankings in the league. With the Chargers #1 in points scored, touchdowns, red zone, fewest turnovers. New England at the top or near the top in all the categories that go against it. So on first down, it's Tomlinson trying to get him outside, and he gets there. And down the sidelines and bumped out at the 50-yard line by Artrell Hawkins.
That is just excellent blocking on the edge by the San Diego Chargers. Lorenzo Neal gets a kick out. Marcus McNeil, left tackle down the field. That just makes people get out of the way. When you see somebody 6'7" and 350, you better move.
Had that little wiggle to get by James Sanders, who would have had him for a loss.
And that's what happens. Bill Belichick says you just got to surround him. He makes so many talented guys miss him completely once he starts running.
Sanders in today because Rodney Harrison is out. Still out with a knee injury. So after the 15-yard gain, they try to go down the field to Vincent Jackson. And that was Ellis Hobbs defending.
Well, one thing that we know for sure, just talking to Bill Belichick, the coach for the New England Patriots, first down, what do you say, Jim? The Chargers, they can run it. They got a lot of good stuff. First down, they are going to go deep with the football, looking for big plays. And they get those chances. I've already seen it. New England is running up there trying to stop the run, puts a lot of pressure, like I said, on the corners. So that's why the Chargers could get big pass plays down the field.
Chargers spread it out on second down and 10. Tomlinson is slot to the right. And running room for Rivers, but fires it instead. And he overthrew Brandon Maliuna. I think he might have been able to maybe run close enough for the 10 yards for the first had he elected to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, when you say his name, it makes you hesitate, just like defenders when they come up to tackle him. You got to hesitate because Brandon Maliuna, a little too quick. That was close.
That's why you go slowly.
That's right. But I'm not sure how much he weighs, but I'm going to say he's around 300 pounds, maybe a little more.
Who's that?
Maliuna. That was good, man.
You're good. Third down and 10. Rivers has missed his last 4 throws. Right at the 50. Time in the pocket. Receiver open. It's Parker who holds on this time. And we've got the longest play of the game. That goes for 21. First down at the New England 29.
Well, I've noticed a lot of the passes are going to the left side. Ellis Hobbs giving respect to Eric Parker, who does have tremendous speed. So they double moved him earlier. Oh, Richard Seymour trying to get up there and knock it down, but Phillip Rivers with good protection. He's 6'5". He stands tall and throws over the top. So when he throws it down the field, hard to knock his passes down.
Deepest penetration here in the first quarter, and they're setting up the reverse for Parker, who loses his footing. And then Rivers topples over him. It's a loss of 7.
Ty Warren in the backfield. Roosevelt Colvin. Phillip Rivers, quarterback. Well, it's a reverse. Let me see if I can get in the way of somebody. And look out.
And he loses his footing on the newly sodded portion of this field. A long strip right around the hash marks, around the hash mark area. 20,000 square feet of new sod put in after a couple of bowl games and a late season Charger game.
That and high school championship games. Of course, they have 5 of them here in one day.
Second down and 17. They're trying to get back a good chunk of it with Tomlinson. It was for 6. 3rd and 11 coming up. Talked about how they had these drops early, a little jittery beginning for the Chargers.
Well, the San Diego Chargers had some opportunities. Receiver, the tip pass, that was the biggest one. And then wide open receivers not making the catch. And Jim, they talked about it so much. They said they made a mistake against the Jets 2 years ago. We want to come out, be settle down, not use up a lot of energy and emotion. But a little nerves cause you to drop those passes.
It's 3rd and 11 with a heavy pressure down the field, and what a tip away. Ellis Hobbs turned around to knock it away as Vincent Jackson was trying to make an adjustment as well.
Vincent Jackson, you said it, has him turned around. It's an all-out blitz. Phillip Rivers moves. If he'd have stepped up, look down the field, how wide open. Top of your screen, nice fake outside, and it is a gimme touchdown. But when you're a quarterback, you see an all-out blitz, you throw it before you're ready sometimes.
4th and 11 coming up, and first, San Diego says we want to talk about it. Timeout, Chargers. Hobbs bats away a potential touchdown. Marty Schottenheimer facing 4th and 11. Still has the offensive unit out there.
Well, Marty Schottenheimer, Jim, we talked to him, and he talked about how he manages the game. He goes, I do not interrupt the play calling of my offensive coordinator or my defensive coordinator. What he does, game management decisions, and this is one. So he's the guy that says, I don't want the long field goal, let's go for it.
It would have been a 48-yard attempt for Nate Kading, who is the Pro Bowl kicker for the AFC. He's had a spectacular season, but they've got to get now all the way to the 19 for the first. And instead, Vrabel forces the fumble, and the Patriots are taken over at the 35.
Here's what happened, Jim. The Chargers were expecting blitz, so they kept 2 guys in the backfield to protect Phillip Rivers. Here's 2 guys in the backfield. Now watch the receivers go down the field. Do you see anybody open? No, because everybody, they're too worried. Well, the backside receiver's open. Phillip Rivers is looking to the left.
Vrabel forces it. Yep, forces it. And Tully Banta-Cain, a Californian from Mountain View up in the Bay Area, with the recovery. New England takes over at the 35 with the takeaway. And that's Corey Dillon getting the rush. Just a couple. Next Saturday, we've got 2 scoops of hoop. You'll have to check your local listings. Some of you will see Texas against Villanova, or Villanova and, as you see, Texas, Villanova, Georgia, Alabama. Some will see Indiana, UConn late, or the Bayou Bengals getting after Arkansas next Saturday on the road to the Final Four. 2nd down and 7. And that's Dillon. Right across the 40, picks up about 3. Tom Brady's played here 1 time. It was early in his career. He had a 300-yard game but lost. It's the only time in his career that's happened. Threw for over 300 yards, did not win the game.
Yeah, I was actually here for that game, Jim. And as I watch this game here, this drive, just the 2 runs by the New England Patriots, trying to settle it down, take some of the speed away from the San Diego defense.
They have failed on their first 2 third down attempts. 3rd and 4. Trying to run it, and they get it with Kevin Faulk, who scored a touchdown last week. Pass from Brady and the win over the Jets.
Well, that was a good call. You can never tell what the Patriots are going to do. Tom Brady now trying to get the substitution of players while the Chargers trying to catch them off guard, but they got ready.
Well, they hurry to the line, now settle down after they move the chains for the first time. Pass caught, threaded, and looked like a possible pickoff opportunity for Drayton Florence. Donnie Edwards was in there too, and they squeezed it in there for the completion.
Well, if you haven't played against Tom Brady, he can stick it in some tight spots because he can throw it long, he can throw it soft, but he also can throw it hard when he needs to.
So with Troy Brown taking it to the 45, it'll be 2nd and less than a yard.
Yeah, you know what's happening, Jim? The Chargers, we're sitting here talking, And on the sideline, they have guys running in and out.
Or not, the defense had 12 players on the field. They actually had 11. Play is correct, second down.
What happened, the Chargers, Clinton Hart ran off the field, was on the sideline. The Patriots ready to snap the football, and he goes flying out there again. They only had 10, he made it 11 after one of the coaches had to push him back on.
So a half yard to go, almost a 3 down for Brady. Let's see what they do. Going to go to Dillon, first down, and still able to jump out across the 40, inside the 40 for 5 yards. Godfrey and Williams bring him down. And they're tangled up.
You know, sometimes you play this Charger defense, they're big up front. You say to yourself, we cannot run the football. And you get all fancy or you spread it out like they did early for the Patriots. You go, that's not working. So go back to what you can do also, and that's be physical and go right at them.
From the 40 with Gaffney in motion. Had a 100-yard game last week. We'll stay with Dillon, and he backs his way to the 39 into the arms of Donnie Edwards.
Well, you said last week Corey Dillon's the, what is he, the fabric softener? Not a good name to give this guy.
Meat tenderizer.
Well, I don't know if he can soften this stuff up today. This is a different defensive front, and the linebacking core, they're all big and physical. Outside linebackers.
Well, what he meant, and by the way, that's his own nickname.
That's right.
He gave it to himself, as he feels like he's been a great combo back with the more explosive rookie Maroney. So he warms up that defense. Brady down the field, and Gaffney was open. Marlon McCree was a step behind him.
He was open, and I tell you too, throwing the football down the field. Deep route by Gaffney. Tom Brady used to throwing up in New England, little wind, the weather's not always good. You come out here, the football feels great. You got to get used to it. It's going to travel a little better here in San Diego.
3rd and 10 from the 40. The catch, but is stopped short of the first. Now they'll have a little decision. Will they bring out the rookie Gostowski to try about a 50-yarder, or will Belichick go for it on 4th and about 2? He's going to go for the field goal. He's bringing out the kicking team.
Now, you know, Jim, we were watching as they were singing the national anthem. The flags were blowing probably about 10 to 12 miles an hour, and it would be behind the back of the New England Patriots. That might be why Marty Schottenheimer said, hey, no 48-yard field goal try for us.
This is a 50-yarder for Gostowski, and that's a beauty. He was 3 for 3 last week, and he nails his first attempt today. 50 yards. Gostowski makes it 3-0 New England in the first. San Diego is sending 9 players, like Merriman, on to Hawaii, more than any team in the league.
Well, you know, always the Pro Bowl, I don't know, Jim.
What makes that fascinating is New England, of all the postseason teams,
one,
the fewest. Well, the Jets had one; they've been knocked out, and there's the only one. Yep.
But you know, too, the Chargers, they went 14-2. They've been in the spotlight a lot this year, and sometimes that drives the voting for the Pro Bowl.
And the kick comes to the 6 to Turner. At the 30, 35, 38-yard line. They'll take it. 31-yard return before Corey Mays ends it. We've got a half-minute to go here in the first quarter. What have you thought of the play of Phillip Rivers so far?
Well, I was just going to say something about Phillip Rivers. So much is said about the pressure of a playoff game, and you and I have talked about it a lot. And I always say, if you're a quarterback or you're on this field, except for kickers, you're reacting. And you drop back to throw the football as an NFL quarterback. It happens most of the time in about 2.5 seconds. Now, how much pressure can you feel in 2.5 seconds as you're letting that football go?
Your point, it's all about, it's a reactionary position.
Absolutely, they all are out there. There's just, you do things, you don't even know why you do it. You're just trained to do it when you see a helmet or whatever.
And he's trained to run, talking about Tomlinson, before Samuel slings him down at the 47. And once again, they're in New England territory. That goes for 14.
On the right side of the line, Teddy Bruschi's on a blitz. Look at the blocking. Ty Warren not able to get off the block of Antonio Gates, and that gets him going.
A gain of 14. The Patriots, 47.
And that'll be the last play of the quarter. As we begin the second quarter, Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. Chargers have been living in this territory. Fourth drive of the game, third time they've been in New England territory. The other time they made it all the way to midfield, but to this point, Phil, they have nothing to show for that.
No points yet, Jim, though. When you see an offense and a team run the football like San Diego started here, well, you know, it's a matter of time before they make a big pass play or LaDainian Tomlinson keeps getting outside. He's going to break one.
Tomlinson now, as you see, over 50 yards in the game, coming off that 1,800-yard season, 28 rush touchdowns, setting an NFL record. 31 total touchdowns, also a league record, not even including 2 touchdown passes by LT. And second down, they try to set it up here, and they do a little screen. It's tripped up at the 40-yard line by Vrabel. Tomlinson goes for 6.
What a play by Mike Vrabel. Talking about San Diego Chargers, they're big outside linebackers. Mike Vrabel goes about 6'5", about 265. But out in space, one thing you'd like to do to this Patriots team is to get them spread out in space, because if there's one weakness, it's lack of speed. They make up for that lack of speed with smarts and a lot of big players.
Hey, James, me and you on this.
So third down from the 41. This is the area they've gotten bogged down. Rivers pass, tipped up in the air, incomplete. Tomlinson looking around for a flag, but there hasn't been one in the entire game to this point. It was Teddy Bruschi who got a hand on it.
Well, so far, what we've seen in New England Patriots trying to pressure the Chargers passing game more than they did all last week against the New York Jets. Nobody in the backfield to protect Phillip Rivers. Let's send an extra blitzer and make him throw the football quick.
Cyphers again will try to trap the Patriots. There's Troy Brown this time waving and making the fair catch grab at the 14. 27-yard punt. They wanted just a little more. Still, they've got him back inside the 20. And we welcome you back to Qualcomm Stadium. Brady comes to the line, the 14-yard line, with Maroney. Blitz and tripping up. Maroney is Marlon McCree. Oh, he was flying. He timed the snap perfectly. And it's a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Marlon McCree, a free agent this year. He comes to the team, coming outside on the blitz. It's a run blitz because they thought the Patriots would run the football. But he has got the secondary for the Chargers in order. They're not making the mental mistakes that they made last year. That's why they brought him in here, and he's helped out tremendously.
It's like having a coach in the secondary, and he'd like to be a coach someday in the NFL. Head coach.
Yep.
And he very well might be. He says he'd be part John Fox, part Marty Schottenheimer. And the third down pass, no flag, incomplete. Intended for Caldwell, with Quentin Jammer breaking it up. 2 returners deep for Marty and Parker, as Sauerbrunn takes the snap at the goal line and hits another beauty. Backing up Parker to the 38 now, past the first wave before he loses his footing, tripped up a bit by Heath Evans, who's already in on 3 special teams tackles. And San Diego again, excellent starting position, but unable to take advantage of it to this point. And that's Tomlinson off the right side. Second down, we'll call it 5. Tomlinson again zips ahead near the first. Seymour and Vrabel on the tackle.
What a surge by that offensive line that time.
Here on 3rd and a yard, they try to get it with Neal, and it looks like they stopped him short.
Well, if he is short, this will be one of those decisions for Marty Schottenheimer, and I feel pretty confident saying they're going to go for it.
They rule it no gain.
The strength of the Patriots defense. Well, there's a couple of them, but mainly the size, and especially inside. Richard Seymour, Vince Wilfork, Ty Warren.
No Tomlinson in here, Phil, on 4th and less than a yard. Michael Turner is the running back.
He's a better inside runner.
And they go inside with Turner. He easily has the first. Into the secondary. Finally caught by the ankles by James Sanders. Brandon Manu Maliuna again with a key block to open it up for 17.
If you want to get on the field, you got to have a specialty. Michael Turner, he's good at just about everything. Wow, what a hole on the left side. But the coaches of the Chargers say that LaDainian Tomlinson, yes, he is a great player, but Michael Turner is a better inside runner.
Tomlinson returns. That was the rookie Marcus McNeil out of Auburn on the left side, who was able to really open up the hole for Turner. First down from the 22, and Rivers to the 2-yard line. Ball comes out, and New England has fallen on it. They rule it a catch. They do rule it a catch and recovery. Ellis Hobbs stripped it.
Well, Jim, it looks like you want to go, well, how can it be a catch? It looks like they tore it loose.
Vrabel recovered it. And again, this is going to be scrutinized very closely.
Good throw to the backside of the formation. Pulls it in, has it.
Well, this is going to be one of those, did he make a football move? That's going to be the question.
He was being brought to the ground. Well, Jim, you can't make a football move when you catch it. You got 2 feet on the ground, you got possession, then it comes out. That's close.
Very close.
And he's not down because he falls on the defensive player.
San Diego has thrown out the challenge flag.
Well, Antonio Gates going over the middle. Ellis Hobbs on the catch, and you got to treat this, Jim, as anytime you're engaged with a defender, a receiver, he has to hold on to the football all the way to the ground and basically get up with it. It would be like when you see touchdown throws. You remember when they're in the end zone, you got to catch it, go to the ground, and almost get up with the football. You got to complete the whole process. That's my guess.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass. San Diego will retain possession of the ball. 2nd down and 10 at the New England 22. With the game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 8:55.
From the Patriots 22. Rivers all kinds of time, and he goes right back to Gates, who's near the 1st down yardage.
Antonio Gates lined up as a wide receiver the play before, so what do this time? They put him at the tight end position. They run somebody to the outside, and now you have linebackers who have to be aware where he is on the field. That is tough to do. Phillip Rivers, of course, he's going to be looking at Antonio Gates first in a lot of the passes.
It's short yardage. It's not Turner. It's Tomlinson on 3rd and a yard. Sneak, the quarterback, drives ahead for the 1st down and would be able to, in fact, San Diego to pick up a first inside of the 1 if needed.
Well, Phillip Rivers, the offensive line, we've talked about it. What a surge by him that time. And what he did, Jim, that you see so often, and it's just being smart. It was kind of, he got under the center, and it was a quick count, and then the defense wasn't even really ready to use its force to try to stop the quarterback sneak.
And what it does is we've seen Brady do numbers of times through the years on sneaks on 3rd and a yard, 4th and a yard.
More and more teams copy them.
First down, play action, pass, knee, and he is out of bounds at the 1.
These little play action passes that the San Diego Chargers throw, just like that one to Lorenzo Neal, very tough to stop because you have to brace yourself as a defender to stop the run first, and then when they fake that run, by the time you turn around, Phillip Rivers has put the football on the mark.
Will they go to the touchdown maker, the touchdown king, Tomlinson on 2nd and 1. Here he is, left side, Tomlinson. Second effort is in. Touchdown Chargers. So they win the challenge to keep the drive going. Set up the touchdown with the pass. And Kading adds the extra points. They were just playing during the challenge, born to run inside of the stadium. And I think you could say that about Tomlinson. He's in for the touchdown. Well, the Chargers not only got the overturn on the challenge, they also converted on a big 4th down play. 9 plays in all, covering the 48 yards for the game's first touchdown. And for that matter, the first touchdown in an AFC playoff game this weekend after the Colts behind Vinatieri knocked out the Ravens yesterday. Indianapolis anxious to find out, will it host next week or will it be traveling here to take on the Chargers? I guess Hobbs sturdies himself at the 10. There is a flag as he is tackled at the 28. It's the first flag of the game. Tomlinson, by the way, this is just his 2nd career playoff game, and after 111 regular season touchdowns.
During the return, personal foul, grabbing the face mask, kicking team number 52. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Called on Carlos Polk. After 111 touchdowns by LT in the regular season, he has his first postseason touchdown.
I think it was interesting during the commercial, you and I were talking, I said, boy, the Chargers right now, they just look a little more powerful than the New England Patriots. And this is a big team, the San Diego Chargers. He goes, I think they look faster too, is what you said to me.
Well, what do you think? Do they have more speed, you think?
Absolutely, and that's going to be a problem for the New England Patriots.
After the penalty, Patriots get the start out across the 40, and from the gun, Brady finds Graham open in the secondary, and he hauls it in for 19.
First off, just talking about the Chargers, Jim, there's a reason why they're 14-2, because they have a lot of good components, but New England, one thing they can do, they can throw the football to the tight end. Daniel Graham, Ben Watson, 2 reasons why the wide receivers with the Patriots don't get a lot of big number of catches, because they look for their tight ends first a lot of times.
From the 38, Brady doubled his passing totals with that 19-yard gain. Into the air again, and he's picked up. He is intercepted by Donnie Edwards, who got him the last time Brady was here. And San Diego comes out with the pick, ending a long interception-free streak for Brady that had gone all the way to 168 attempts without an interception until this one.
Tom Brady, I think he just anticipated that the middle linebacker, Edwards, was going to move. A receiver went across his face, Well, he doesn't get distracted. He holds his ground, and that's why he's right in front of the seam pass thrown by Tom Brady. The tight end went in front of him, Jim. He did not move.
So the Chargers defense comes up with the takeaway, and they're at the 41-yard line. Running it with Tomlinson. 3. Sanders rides him down.
Jim, let's go back and look at that interception. Tom Brady fires it over the middle, and here comes Donnie Edwards. It's like we were talking to Marlon McCree. What were we? Remember, we were having some laughs, and you can't chase things sometimes when you're not supposed to. You can't be a dog that chases cars, right? You got to wait. You just can't chase every car that goes by you. So good job by Donnie Edwards, not running at the first guy he saw.
Down play and it's play action. Rivers. Catch. Do they give it to him? Yes, they do. Eric Parker had a couple of early drops and then acrobatic with the tough one.
Chargers very good at throwing the football along the sidelines because they see a lot of these situations. And you're right, Eric Parker gets that second foot down.
Now down on the field, another official comes in and says I did not see it as a catch.
Third down.
They're saying a bobble.
He did bobble the football when he went to the ground.
Check our supervision.
Gets both feet down
there.
And just what we saw before, Jim, you must hold the football all the way through the catch, and it does bobble. This will be a better view of it. You will see the football move.
Yeah, but once that elbow hits, well, it looks like a catch to me.
Got to do it all the way through.
They've got to be weighing that up in the coach's box. They're going to go ahead, it appears, and move on. 3rd and 7. And here comes Hawkins on the blitz. Blindsiding Rivers.
We've seen a few blitz from the outside. Artrell Hawkins.
Untouched.
And what a job by Phillip Rivers to hold on to the football. Getting ready to throw it, never saw the blitzer, and still the football was not knocked loose.
So the interception doesn't cost the Patriots. And Cyphers catch along with this one. After some thunderfoot efforts, not this time, although 34 yards net. Rivers able to tuck it under on the Hawkins sack from behind. Now, we've been talking about this week. We talked to Marty about it. You know, all this, hey, can Marty win the big game? And he very freely and openly said, hey, don't be afraid to talk about it. Let's talk about it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't afraid to ask him the question. You were hesitant, but, you know,
we didn't even ask him. Let's be honest here.
No, we didn't.
We didn't even ask him a question. He basically walked in, put it right on the table, said, here, let's talk about it.
Yeah. No, he goes, I don't understand why everybody's afraid to approach me with these questions. And he goes, it is what it is. That's 5-12. You see what he's done in the regular season. The most wins by any coach.
Not to be in a Super Bowl. 5th all-time regular season wins. And some wrenching losses along the way in the postseason. I mean, ones like the drive, and then another one at Denver with a fumble in the late stages, going in to tie it. The one the last time they were in the postseason, in overtime, they had their chance to win it on a 40-yard field goal, but missed it. Maroney with the handle, zigs and zags, and stop for 1. Jamal Williams, he can plug a hole, and Terrence Keel came up to help out. Here's kind of what we're talking about, these playoff losses. The ones that probably sting the most, what Elway did to them at Cleveland. And then when the Browns went to Denver, the fumble by Biner, and the Broncos went on to win it. 2nd down and 9. And Brady just throws it down incomplete. say no intentional grounding because Maroney was in the area. Maroney was colliding with Jamal Williams.
That was interesting too. When we were watching practice on Friday, the San Diego defense was attacking all screens and quick throws by the offense, trying to duplicate what they thought the Patriots were going to do. And they did a tremendous job in practice, and they're off to a good start, stopping all the little plays by the Patriots offense here today.
And they have certainly contained Brady with an 8.9 rating to this point. Mr. Cool, who now fires it left side wide of Gaffney. There was more pressure on the quarterback, this time provided by Sean Phillips.
Well, no matter how cool you are, when you're not getting time and receivers are not getting open, it makes decisions and being an accurate thrower much harder. That time Brady feels a little pressure in his face. Nobody's open, and he just throws the football away.
Todd Sauerbrunn, he has uncorked one 56-yarder. The Patriots have allowed 3 returns for touchdowns this year. A couple of kicks and a punt return. For an area of concern, the coverage this time able to get down there to trip up Parker. 52-yard punt with an 8-yard run back. Eric Alexander gets credit for bringing down Parker.
Tom Brady on the sideline trying to figure out some of the defenses. What are they doing? And when you play a 3-4 defense like both of these teams do, a lot of moving parts to it, and it can be confusing to a quarterback.
22, it's Tomlinson untouched and racing to the 34-yard line, and it was Hobbs who stood in there, got position for the hit. Lorenzo Neal opened up the running back. Goes for 11 yards.
Nice. It's supposed to go kind of the right side, a little misdirection. LaDainian Tomlinson cuts it back, and the Patriots, hey, when they see it handed off to the right side, they go running, and then when Tomlinson cuts it back, nobody is there. He's
run for more yards than the Patriots have gained, as New England has been held to only 3 first downs. Sanders comes up to make first contact, and Brewski's second hit, only a 2-yard gain.
You know, Philip, just what we started the game with, Jim, when we talked about the San Diego offense. Philip Rivers, he looked at us on Friday and kind of laughed. He goes, what are you going to do? There's only so much you can do when you play their offense, because everything, all your efforts and thinking has to go into stopping LaDainian Tomlinson. So Philip Rivers knows anytime he wants to throw it outside the numbers, he's got a good chance of completing it because he sees one defender, one receiver.
You saw it, Rivers has won everywhere he's been, including NC State. And he started an NCAA Division I record 51 games in his career. That got over Colvin to Tomlinson, who makes the move to get free. And Tomlinson taken off inside the 20 and down to the 5-yard line.
Many times today, you've seen the last defender reach out and trip the runner, the punt returner, the pass catcher. LaDainian Tomlinson earlier on the screen, Mike Vrabel makes a nice play, but this time he makes him miss. Good blocking. Oh, Artrell Hawkins doesn't even touch him.
I'll tell you, Mike Goff flattened the first guy who was going to hit Tomlinson, and that gave him the chance to get into a full gallop. 58 yards of gains. Turner in the backfield. First and goal. Turner gets the carry. Turner gets past the first wave and is in for a touchdown.
Starting to see some of the reasons why they were 14-2 during the regular season and why they're so explosive on offense. Boy, Mike Goff comes around, makes a tremendous block. Right guard pulls around the left side, and Turner, a tremendous backup running back.
That's 2 straight plays. Goff sprung Tomlinson on the 58-yard screen, and then opened up the crease for Turner. Kading adds the extra point. Pretty good when your backup to an 1,800-yard rusher has 500 yards of his own and averages over 6 yards a carry.
Well, we heard Bill Belichick talk about the fact that LaDainian Tomlinson, when he gets outside, hard to get a hand on him, and look at the number of guys that are just reaching out because he can make little fakes and he does not slow down. As he fakes you outside to side, he's still going forward.
Look at Goff pulling. He had blocked Vrabel on the previous play. Tomlinson with the juke to get past Hawkins. Had to take a breather. Turner comes in, takes it right in. And it's 14-3 San Diego.
Now, to be a high-scoring team, which the San Diego Chargers are, Jim, you know, you got to have some home run hitters. And they have home run hitters. The tight end, but mainly number 21 there.
Yeah, I would call him a home run hitter.
Yeah.
I would do that.
At a high rate.
You got Gates, and you know, you got a guy like Turner who can sometimes give you one of those unsung performances. Picked up a big first down on a fourth down play earlier. Now Maroney on the run back. And he's out to the 27. We've got the 2-minute warning at Qualcomm, and the Chargers are in front by 11. Falk backs his way, drives the legs for 7. Now the Patriots have all of their timeouts. But again, only 3 first downs. With Wade Phillips, the coordinator, has come up with quite a plan to this point. And there's Falk picking up the first. And there is Wade Phillips, head coach in this league, and the son of Bum Phillips, legendary coach down Houston way with the Oilers.
Gave us a little history lesson on the 3-4 defense.
His dad brought it full time to the league.
Mid-70s.
Brady's pass was incomplete. With a minute to go in the half, Falk all the way to the Charger 43 with a flag. Interesting. Everybody expecting that they'll do this whole hurry-up thing and try to beat you up top, and they run it.
Holding offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Second down and 17 from the 35. Great time for Brady. Zips it. Beautiful pass to Gaffney, who steps out at the 48 of the Chargers. I went right on the number, 17 for the first.
If the Patriots could get a field goal before halftime, it would be a very big emotional lift to them because they've struggled on both sides of the football.
Again, all kinds of time. Works the middle. That ball bounced around into the arms eventually of Jabbar Gaffney for a second straight play. This one for 16. Again, they have 2 timeouts. On the right side, that was intended for Troy Brown. The first 6 drives of the game, they had 3 first downs. They've got 3 on this one already. A late surge before the half, and that's Falk for 5 yards. And they'll take a timeout at 24 seconds. Brady said he'd been watching that tape this week, and the tape doesn't tell you just how powerful this Chargers defense is, but he remembers it. 3rd down and 5. Flings it complete at the 17. And Caldwell has the reception, and another timeout called.
Still time to throw it anywhere and down it if you have to.
Sideline route to Gaffney. Third catch on the drive.
I think he kind of enjoys it. Takes a little pressure off the coach.
He's not enjoying this drive by the Patriots. What would be a huge score before the half if they could finish it off. With 13 seconds. Brady steps up, fires it back to the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Jabbar Gaffney. Matt Light in that series, for one series anyway, owned Sean Merriman.
I tell you what good presence for Tom Brady. I think when he pulled it down, he was going to try to score, and all of a sudden, back of the end zone, the hardest place to defend for a defense when they get down in there, he finds Jabbar Gaffney.
11 plays in 1 minute and 56 seconds. And Gostowski adds the extra point. Plus they had that one penalty that backed them up 10 yards. Gaffney with 4 catches on the drive, including the touchdown. What a find he has proven to be. Cut at the end of the preseason by the Eagles. Signed in October by New England.
Well, I know why Tom Brady didn't run it, because he would have had no chance. But back of the end zone, so tough for a defender to run across that line and cover a wide receiver. And Jabbar Gaffney, full speed, runs by the linebackers inside, open, and Tom Brady makes a good throw.
Little pooch kick. And falling right to the ground is Brandon McKinney. And a knee down, kneel down by Rivers to end the first half. And welcome back to San Diego. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. San Diego leads it. New England will receive the second half kick, but how huge were the last 2 minutes of that first half?
Well, everything you saw in the first half didn't just change in the last minute, 56 seconds. And the key, the patience by the Patriots, the runs, and that settled down that San Diego defense. And all of a sudden, Tom Brady makes a few plays, and we got a game.
The first half numbers certainly on the New England side. Many of them achieved there in the late going when Gaffney caught 4 balls for 46 yards and a touchdown. And again, this game brought to you in high definition television.
Well, there's a couple questions we want to see in the second half. Tom Brady got good pass protection on that last drive. Can they keep it up? And for the New England on their side, can they find a way to stop LaDainian Tomlinson? It's not going to matter what Phillip Rivers does if LaDainian Tomlinson keeps running the football the same way.
So the kick comes to Maroney, second in the league this year in kick return. And he was bounced backwards at the 23. Only Justin Miller of the Jets was better. Kasim Osgood on the hit. Here's our summary of the scoring. A 50-yard field goal by Gostowski. 3-0 after 1, but then LaDainian from 2 yards out, his first postseason touchdown of his career. And then a 58-yard screenplay to Tomlinson set up the Turner run from 6. Gaffney on the back of the end zone grab right before the half to make it 14-10. And Merriman.
Well, you bring his name up, Jim. Matt Light blocked him almost every play on that 2-minute drive and did a terrific job.
He shifts to the other side, though, on the Kazir side, as Brady comes out throwing, and Caldwell with the catch and brought down by Antonio Cromartie.
So many times when I watch NFL games, Tom Brady started out bad, but that last drive is making him feel good. But offensive linemen, they're just like quarterbacks, receivers. They need to get in the flow. Did the New England offensive line now get a picture and a feel for what they're blocking up front?
Again, they've moved Merriman on that defense over to the other side, not on the Matt Light side. On second and short, tough catch, but made by Gaffney, who gets up. And then once he caught it, lost a couple of yards. Quentin Jammer downs him. It's a loss of 2 yards.
Well, it's a tremendous catch by Jabbar Gaffney, but they end up losing yards. But the pass protection again, good enough to let Tom Brady step up. Donnie Edwards just trying to read the quarterback. It got him one interception today.
Third down and 6 for New England. Here comes the pressure, pass away. Caldwell is swung down. It'll depend on the spot. And I think they've marked him short. That's Cromartie with a second tackle in the first 3 plays of the second half. Yep, he's got about a full yard shy of the first. They're going to go ahead and punt it. Well, they haven't brought the punting team out yet.
Well, I think Bill Belichick wants to know how much is it. He's going to ask for a measurement. And since it's going to be a 4th down, I think that Tony Corrente is going to give him a measurement. But outside, it's a blitz by the San Diego Chargers. A very nice throw by Tom Brady, but Antonio Cromartie, he is a big corner, able to throw the receiver down.
Well, they stretch it out, and it's really not a full yard at all.
That's
about a foot to go. But now they bring out the punting unit. And Sauerbrunn with the big foot in the first half, averaged 48 yards a punt. That's Eric Parker. Would like to expose that punt coverage of the Patriots. Down. Looked like there might be an opening for a moment there. Pierre Woods with the hit after a 42-yard punt and an 8-yard run back. Rivers ready for the second half. First play of the second half for the Chargers. And that's a RedZone deal. The last time Tiger came in with a 6 tournament win streak to San Diego, arguably the biggest Charger fan of them all, Phil Mickelson, beat him in 2000. Phil's won the tournament 3 times. Tigers won it 4 times. Big field going to be here in a couple of weeks.
And you'll be here.
That was Tomlinson. We'll be here. A little break between AFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
I'm going to go down to Miami early and get a little sun.
I'll catch you on that Monday. Tomlinson with that first carry for 2 yards, not Neal. And now they set him out. You see wide to the left. And spread out the field, incomplete though. The Chiefs were going in the direction of Gates. And number 54 of the Patriots. And that 54, it may look a little familiar to Marty Schottenheimer, seeing someone out there at linebacker in a Patriot uniform donning that number, because he once wore it for the Boston Patriots. Talking about Marty, for 2 years, there he is. He loved his time up in the Boston area. Wife Pat and a young family.
Marty Schottenheimer still can't get over the fact that Joe Namath faked him out once when he was a linebacker with the Buffalo Bills. And still talking about just the other day. 2 rushers that time by San Diego.
Open, and he doesn't hold on. That was Vincent Jackson. Artrell Hawkins jarred it loose.
Yeah, I think he was actually, it was coming out even before he's hit. With two pass rushers, Phillip Rivers did a good job of not trying to hurry what he was doing. He waited. The defense kind of unravels. The receiver gets wide open. Vincent Jackson, and Jim, he dropped it before the defender got there.
No question, Hawkins had nothing to do with it. And the Charger receivers have one catch on the day. And the punt by Cyphers bounces around innocently at the 31, 32-yard punt. Brady coming out, down 4.
We know where that eating champion is.
Jim Nance with Phil Simms. Lance Barrow.
Yeah, he's down in the truck.
Down in the truck. He's not missing. And Mike Arnold directing, and the rest of our crew on hand at Qualcomm. As Brady fires it too high for Troy Brown.
Well, we haven't said Sean Merriman's name here of late. Against the run, it's not been a great day for the linebacker. And early against Tom Brady, able to get pressure, make him throw it away, but since then they're pass blocking him.
And there's Maroney met at the line of scrimmage by Marlon McCree for no gain. This Marlon McCree, what a find. Former Jacksonville Jaguar, played down in Houston, 1 year at Carolina, and he has changed the entire personality of that secondary.
Yeah, they had a mini camp out here during the offseason, and they were making some mental mistakes. And he was correcting everybody and getting on them, and they're going, who is this new guy? So he wasn't well liked at the beginning, but the players came to realize this guy knows what he's talking about. And we said it earlier, Jim, he's helped them out tremendously.
3rd down and 10. Brady fires and it's intercepted. Drayton Florence fakes the lateral to McCree and high steps out of bounds. 2nd pick of a Brady pass today.
Tom Brady was trying to anticipate where the receiver was going to be, and he had to because he got pressure. And when you get pressure on you as a quarterback, you're not as smart because you got to make those decisions so fast. And that's what happened that last time. Luis Castillo coming right up the middle, free. Tom Brady says, I better get rid of it, and it's way off the mark. About 10 yards short of where he wanted the football to go.
That sets up the Chargers at the 32 of New England. Pitch, Tomlinson working it outside, and he's out near the 25.
Well, again, Tom Brady the last time. Luis Castillo is coming right up the middle, so he has to stay back, and you can see the football doesn't come out of his hand the way he would want it to, and it ends up way short of the target.
You had 2 picks in the divisional round loss last year at Denver. 2 today. Here's Neal. And he might be just inches shy of the first, setting up a third down, inches to go.
That's another, Jim, just to go back to this Charger defense, as good as it is, and Luis Castillo back. He's been hurt, high ankle sprain, missed a lot of games at the end of the year. Getting him back in the lineup, he's one of those defensive linemen that can do it all. Stop the run and fast enough to be a good pass rusher too.
Boy, you miss him when he's out, talking about Castillo. And he has been trying to recover from a high ankle sprain, which is one of the hardest injuries you can bounce back from. There he is, and he helped force that bad throw. Luis loving his time
that's right.
down here, and you asked him how many bowls did you play in at Northwestern, and he played in only one as they measure here for the first, the Motor City Bowl. So this is, he called it biggest football game of my life. And 1.5 yards to go. neo carry that Vince Wilfork limped off. They've got Mike Wright, number 99, in that defensive front, in for Wilfork. Another Rivers sneak, and he delivers again the first down. Give him 2 yards, and the second time in this game, he's kept the drive going with that. Went right over Mike Wright, who had just come into the game.
I'll tell you what a surge by this San Diego offensive line. Nick Hardwick, the center. You're right, gets Mike Wright. They just push him right out of there. And yeah, Luis Castillo, yeah.
Wilfork has returned here after just missing a snap. New England defensive lineman. First down, Tomlinson with a flag. Latrell Hawkins comes up for the hit.
Holding, offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Mike Goff flagged for that. He had a couple of huge blocks on that second touchdown try for the Chargers.
Mike Goff, right side, right guard, has him locked up, and it's a good, what do you call that, Jim? When you, it was a flop. We had a flop. It's easy to see a flop by a defensive lineman.
Puts the ball for all the way outside of the 30. Still first down, though. So first down, they've got to get to the 11.
Hey, you got to come over.
Another first down. And Rivers goes for the long ball. Vincent Jackson, did he get the feet down? No, they say. Tomlinson, you may see it, picks up Vrabel coming in on Rivers, which allowed the quarterback time to fling it to the back of the end zone.
You know, Jim, this is what they like to do when they get in scoring territory. They like to do double moves and get them back in the end zone and try to get scores, and that's close. And you can see the right toe looks like it's out of bounds. 1 foot in, 2nd foot out, and the official is all over.
Absolutely out by inches. Second down to 19. Tomlinson, another flag on the sideline.
Illegal motion, offense. Player who went in motion did not allow the rest of his team to get set. This penalty has been declined. 3rd down.
Yeah, the Patriots don't want it. They'll decline it, so it'll set up 3rd and 17 from about the 28-yard line.
I don't think the Patriots will try that 2-man rush that they did earlier. They didn't get close, and the receivers got open down the field.
The Chargers loved having a week off last week by earning that number 1 seed. They had not had a bye since week 3 of the season, the earliest possible bye, and they said they needed it, including their quarterback, who spent time last week in a boot for 2 days. Blitz, Sanders has a hold of Rivers and drops him at the 38.
As a quarterback, Jim, you got to know when everybody's at the line of scrimmage. Look at this. Everybody is up. We got 3 people deep just to cover the wide receivers. It's going to happen fast. And it does against Phillip Rivers. They got deep routes called. He's trying to look down the field. No chance. That's a good time to blitz. 3rd and long. Make the quarterback get rid of it quick. And then try to tackle the receiver.
And again, the Patriot defense bails out the interception thrown by Brady. Nothing comes of it. And Cyphers, what a play. Batting it back in, Osgood, and they down it at the 2-yard line. That was some quick reaction time right there. You talk about this being a reactionary sport. That football hit right on the nose and was darting in. Boom. Saved by Kasim Osgood. Mike Cyphers, the punter for the Chargers, keeps helping San Diego win the field position game. 4 times he's pinned New England inside of the 20, 3 of them inside of the 10. And the Patriots in that boisterous end from the 2-yard line, out of the gun. And incomplete. Second down and 10 for Brady. He's got Troy Brown open. Brown and Brady able to get New England out of that jam. That's Merriman bouncing him out, but not until he picks up 12.
It's a good job by Tom Brady. Catches Troy Brown along the sideline, wide open. Always tough to throw as a quarterback out of your own end zone.
On first down with protection, it's Falk to the 20. As Brady goes long and Floyd was riding right with Troy Brown. 3rd and 4, and Brady will come under center.
Could it be a run with the running back right behind him?
That's what it is. Immediate traffic for Kevin Falk as Donnie Edwards in on so many plays as he has been his entire career.
See the movement by the tight end inside the tackles. Luis Castillo told us when we see that, we're expecting him to block, and they're going to try to run the football up the middle. The Chargers said we don't see it a lot, but we are going to be ready for it this week against the Patriots.
And there's Donnie Edwards, drafted by Marty Schottenheimer in Kansas City, born right here in San Diego, and starting his 138th consecutive game in this one today. And Sullivan lets go of another one. He has to fall on it, still doesn't have it. Ball is loose. Woods of the Patriots says they've got it. Edwards points the other way. Never got a hold of it and then tried to scoop it up. But by that time, there were some fast closing Patriots who now they're running off the field because they've got the football. In the scrum. Thomas. David Thomas, the rookie by way of Texas, coming on the special teams with the recovery. Parker.
Well, Eric Parker made the big mistake, Jim. He bobbles it, it's on the ground. It looks like he's going to try to, well, it's one of those footballs that was falling away from me, the punt, so they're hard to catch. But he was going to try to pick it up again and run with it. Once it hits the ground, they're coming down there so fast, you've just got to fall on the football.
Antoine Spann wouldn't let him recover it. And David Thomas won the battle underneath the pile. Watson wide to the right. That fake going long, and the flag is thrown. Florence has his arms raised, and I didn't do anything.
Illegal contact, defense number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
First down, Brady directing. As he steps up, lobs it down the field, and a battle for it. Watson of the Patriots trying to take it away. Stephen Cooper able to help break it up.
Ben Watson from the Patriots, he stopped the interception. What a job by Stephen Cooper. Stays right with him, turns, looks for the football in position, and Ben Watson rips it out of his hands. Patriots love to try to score between the 20 and 30-yard line. They throw a lot of vertical inside passes. That time they were ready for it.
Parker's fumble set up the Patriots at this end. 2nd down and 10. Brady with a flag thrown. Just spiked the football.
It was near Kevin Falk, so that will not be intentional grounding.
And the call going against New England.
And also, Jim, since it was a play-action fake, you can actually tackle the running back inside.
Pass interference. Offense number 70 was blocking downfield. 10-yard penalty remains. 2nd down.
Logan Mankins.
Logan Mankins releases, gets down the field. And what happens is, since the timing of the screen was thrown off, that's why he gets down the field.
Not very often you see a guard called for pass interference.
Takes some talent.
2nd down and 20. Trying to get part of it back with Troy Brown and Cromartie and Florence. Actually, it was Quentin Jammer and Florence over there. Gain 7, still 3rd and 13 coming up. Got to get to the 16 for a first. Now they're in on Brady. The ball's out. Into the arms of Matt Wright. That was Sean Phillips, who came from the backside. There is a flag.
There was some pushing and shoving. And if this is against San Diego, this is one awful penalty. Blitz by the San Diego Chargers, but tremendous coverage down the field. Tom Brady with lots of time to throw it, nowhere to go, and that causes the fumble.
The play was ruled as a fumble with a legal recovery by the offensive player who advanced the ball. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 29, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
Wow, Drayton Florence with a huge mistake.
Down at the bottom of the screen. Oh, that's it. You saw the headbutt. Walking up, he was taunting, and then he tries the headbutt
On Daniel Graham. Now, why is that necessary? What is he thinking about?
Well, apparently he was not thinking the right things, Jim. It's an emotional game. A lot goes on, but those situations have been talked about 1,000 times by the head coach this year.
Maroney breaks outside, stiff arms Keel, and goes out at about the 13. This may be holding against New England.
Holding, offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 16 from the 24. Brady had Watson at the 5. Sets up 3rd and 16. Underneath to Gaffney, who runs out of room at the 16. And that'll bring out Gostowski. Now this is a 34-yard field goal try for Gostowski. Good on his only attempt, and that was from 50. Kicked by the rookie from Memphis. Drilled. 1-point game in Qualcomm. The fumble leads to 3. Chargers 14-13. Look at this, the Chargers' 5th drive, starting at worst their own 40. That's after the ball was kicked off out of bounds. Rivers got good protection. And he hits Vincent Jackson, and they move back into New England territory. 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety following football, except on the West Coast. For 12 to Vincent Jackson. Now they get the ball in the hands of the MVP, Tomlinson. Drives near another first, about a yard shy.
A lot of movement by this Chargers offense. Shifting, guys in motion. But when you see LaDainian Tomlinson behind Phillip Rivers, brace yourself. It's probably going to be a run. And you think, well, it's all blocking. Look at the tackles that he broke that time. And anytime you're built like he is and you're that fast, you're going to break tackles. Left side 11 times, up the middle 11. You can see who they like to run behind. Only 4 times to the right.
This McNeil, that left tackle. And trying to work it inside, and a mighty effort by the battering ram. Lorenzo Neal has the first.
Talk about Marcus McNeil, Jim, and he's probably an unsung hero for this team. A left tackle, 2nd round draft pick, comes in and starts. No holding penalties called against him the whole year. That's exceptional work for a rookie.
Giving up only 2 sacks. As you said, no holding calls, son of a coach, and it shows.
Gave up 1 sack in his whole college career. How about he drafted in the first one?
Well, he had some lingering back issues. At least that's what people thought. He's been just fine. Now, Rivers lobs it. Colvin, then clothesline. That'll be 15 on the back of that one. What a play by Colvin to climb up right at the end of the quarter and bring it down. He'll get the pick, and they'll tack on, no doubt, 15.
The hand slipped right over the face mask. It was not grabbed. First down.
The final quarter about to begin. We've had 5 turnovers in this game, and the last one, quite a spectacular effort by Roosevelt Colvin.
You know, I talked about maybe a lack of speed on defense. It's not from Roosevelt Colvin. He's athletic, an outside linebacker who plays a very big role, of course, in the defense, but nimble enough and athletic enough to make that tremendous interception.
You saw Merriman return. He's going to be coming back in as Brady saves the sack. Pressure from Donnie Edwards. Now watch this pick in play by Colvin, and then they pick up the flag. They said it was not a face mask call on Tomlinson. Accidental, they said.
But it slipped off. I know we're showing it in slow motion, but it did not just slip off. It was on that face mask for quite a while.
On 2nd down and 10, they get to Brady, but he gets the pass away and on target to Gaffney. 15 yards.
Jim, Luis Castillo is all over Tom Brady, but watch Tom Brady. Knows he's going to get hit. There's pressure in his face, so he just falls backwards, anticipate the throw, and Boy, that's what separates a lot of guys in this league. How many quarterbacks could fall backwards like that and stay relaxed and throw about a 15-yard outcut to a wide receiver?
On first down, pass underneath. Florence decks Caldwell right away.
And the answer is, I'll answer myself, is very, very few. But Tom Brady been under pressure today and has not been on target like he usually is. And when you're under pressure, you make bad decisions no matter who you are. And then, even when he got time, the throw was off target because you're like a shooter in basketball. When you don't get some open shots, you lose your rhythm and you lose that touch.
Second down and 6. And that's Troy Brown. About 3 yards short of the first. Drayton Florence backed him up.
It's just hard to make plays. It's like watching both of them are just hitting each other so much that it's stopping the rhythm and the playmaking ability. But Tom Brady is throwing some terrific footballs just to get 4- and 5-yard gains.
3rd and 2. Almost intercepted. That was Cromartie. They were going back in the direction of Gaffney. Brady looks around. What are we going to do here? 4th and 2.
Well, first off, Cromartie, he has seen this a couple times, and he wins the battle just right off the line of scrimmage. Knocks the wide receiver out of bounds. The wide receiver would have been ineligible to catch the football even if he got back in. I think I would punt the ball in this situation.
And a timeout with 1 second on the play clock and no jumping early by the Chargers. Now maybe they'll reevaluate in the timeout. And we are back, and the Patriots have gone to Sauerbrunn. And remember, Eric Parker is back there. He fumbled the last time. The catch signal by Parker comes up to the 16 to secure it. So, you think they were ever going to go for it?
Well, you know, they had me fooled. I thought they were when they did it, Jim, but apparently it was just to try to draw them off sides. They faked it. They stood over there for a long time and act like they were going to, but at the last second, Bill Belichick said, send in the punt team, which is the right decision.
Tomlinson. Big run out to the 30-yard line. Has his 100-yard game. Chris Dielman helped clear him for 13.
LaDainian Tomlinson is limping off the field after that last run, but good blocking outside, Jim. Chris Dielman is the man that opens up the hole, and as the run finishes, couldn't see anything, but he did limp off.
111 yards, but the Chargers and their big players getting nicked up. They say it was a knee. Now we get the word that Merriman had banged up his knee but was back in there. Phillips with a groin injury may return. Here's Turner taking Tomlinson's place. Avoids a big loss and gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Jim, you've talked about it. The Chargers, they've had so many opportunities to kind of give themselves a chance to put this game away. Eric Parker's fumble. They get a fumble by Tom Brady. Then they get a personal foul. Phillip Rivers interception.
Well, this is a San Diego team that was best in the league at holding on to the football. 15 giveaways, that's it. But already with 3 in this one. Turner actually picked up a yard, so it's 2nd and 9. Tomlinson set out just one play as Rivers has Gates wide open. And Gates, had he turned around, might have been able to make a lot more than 19 out of that. But the momentum carried him out.
It's almost the same play Here comes the receiver. Antonio Gates is going to go out. Then we just saw Tom Brady miss Ben Watson. It's identical. And you're right, if Gates stays in bounds, he's going to get at least another 10. And that time, the Patriots, they let Antonio Gates, who they're so concerned about, go down the field, and not one person even touched him.
Third catch for Gates. Back to Tomlinson, who slashes to the 47, will give him 3. And Phillips went to the locker room for about 5 minutes, and he limps back to the field.
Yeah, he's limping more now than he was before. An injury like that, Jim, it's just going to get worse as the hours and days go by. Oh boy. Ellis Hobbs, blow to the head.
Second down, 7. Back to the New England side of the field. And Rivers will roll out away from Warren. On the sideline, Samuel comes up to get ahead and knock it away from Aaron Parker. And we talked to Asante Samuel about his great instincts, his background as a former high school quarterback.
Down the field, Jim, nice shot. Even though you couldn't see him, you could see his feet, and you can tell he knows where Eric Parker is, and he sees Phillip Rivers, and he reacts to the throw, and it's nice to have the speed to outrun the football, and that's what Asante Samuel has.
Neal in front, Tomlinson dealt. Only a yard gain, that's all.
I think what you're seeing here today, Jim, you understand a lot about the San Diego Chargers. When you watch Tomlinson run it and Antonio Gates just catch the football and be a factor all over the field.
On 2nd and 9. Fake to Tomlinson, try to freeze that line and the corners, and they go down the field with the big catch at the 2-yard line by Vincent Jackson. He had Hobbs behind them, and they pick up 31.
You see these types of plays quite a bit from the San Diego Chargers. Jackson's going to make a little move. Look at that fake inside, and look at all of the area to the outside. He's 6'5", keeps good position, and just goes up and gets the football over the defensive back.
1st and goal, Chargers from the 3. Tomlinson cuts outside. No one's going to get to him. Touchdown, San Diego.
How easy does he make this look? Nothing inside, and just outruns Larry Izzo to the corner.
Very similar to the touchdown run to that same corner that gave him the all-time single-season touchdown record against Denver back in December. We got a flag on the PAT. Tomlinson with his 2nd touchdown of this game. Just a normal day of work for him.
At the conclusion of the play, the extra point was good. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 70. This 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Call on Shane Olivier, so Patriots will have a chance to get good field position. The catch by Jackson set it up. Tomlinson turned the corner for the touchdown. LT becomes the first Charger since Kevin Winslow to have multiple touchdowns in a playoff game. And here's the penalty on Olivier that'll force the Chargers to now kick all the way back at the 15-yard line.
You know, look at it, field position. I always say this, it just makes you feel good as an offense, as a quarterback and a play caller, not to be backed up in tough situations where New England is right now.
Gating's kick travels to the 23, and that's Hobbs. An excellent coverage downfield, only allows a return to the 36. .8:28 to go in the game. Who will play the Colts next week for the right to go to the Super Bowl? Brady must have another big fourth quarter comeback, but his pass floating incomplete. Carlos Polk, there he is. Got to Brady and got to the arm, and that was a ball just waiting to be picked off after the hit.
You know what, when the Chargers have had some injuries this year, Carlos Polk has come in and played very well. Hits Tom Brady's arm before he can get it down or get the football where he wants it. Stephen Cooper, the other linebacker. So it's just not the starters. They got backups here in San Diego.
And it's Polk who's backing up and in there for the injured Sean Phillips. As Brady, lot of zip on that one. And Gaffney brings it in at the 47 before being decked by Jammer. 17 yards.
You can say a lot of things about the San Diego Chargers, Marty Schottenheimer, but they're going to go out swinging if they go out. And every tough moment there is against this New England offense, they just decide, Wade Phillips goes, let's blitz, and that's what they've been doing. New England's hitting a few passes against it like that last one.
From the 46, Falk able to shake free from Polk. And then Donnie Edwards says no more, only 5 yards.
You know, Jim, that was another blitz, and I think they learned something at the end of the first half. They let the Patriots move down the field and score. So he goes, if you're going to lose with your good stuff. And that means guys like Sean Merriman, if you're going to lose, make it them going towards the quarterback.
Second down and 5. Patriots within a touchdown and a 2. Brady loses his footing, now fires it incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Over the head of Troy Brown. Donnie Edwards was in the backfield.
It's a blitz again. Sean Merriman on the outside, linebackers inside. What a job by Kevin Falk. He holds up as long as he can. It was close. Donnie Edwards at his feet.
Brady with 41 attempts in this game, but held under 200 yards. With 3rd and 5. Snap in time, stepping up, and thought about it, then wanted to pull back and throw, but everyone collapsed on him. Olshansky and Merriman end it.
The coverage down the field, Jim, that's what's doing it. Tom Brady, this defense is so fast. He goes, well, I can run for 5, and then when you take off, you go, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's Sean Merriman.
Yeah, there's no room.
They're staying out there, 4th down, 4th and 5.
You got to do it. The way they've been running the football, Bill Belichick cannot take a chance that they'll have time to get the football back and score.
Best in the league on 4th down this year. Brady throws in. He's intercepted for the 3rd time. And the ball comes out. Troy Brown reached in there and knocked the ball loose. Can you believe it? New England recovers. McCree had the interception, and Brown, as he was running by Brown, just reached in, swiped at it, and knocked it out.
San Diego recovered by New England. 1st down.
Now Marty Schottenheimer's hoping.
You know, we've seen Troy Brown.
It is a catch and then a fumble.
We've seen Troy Brown play offense and defense in the same game, but this time we saw it on the same play. He converted right back to a DB, and he gets the ball back for New England.
Marty Schottenheimer was looking for his red flag and just got it out in time in front of the official to get a challenge.
Tony Carante says, okay, Marty, what are we challenging here?
I'm not sure.
Maybe he's just looking for a little clarification.
Well, he's going to challenge it. It's
San
incomplete.
Diego is challenging the ruling on the field that the San Diego player who intercepted the pass was not down by contact.
Okay, McCree has the theft. Boy, I don't see too much to challenge there. Caldwell recovered it for New England. Maybe something's been lost in translation here about ruling that the player was down by contact, but I don't see what you're challenging here.
Well, Jim, it doesn't matter really what the challenge is. Everything is in play, and I think that Marty Schottenheimer was hoping with the challenge that Marlon McCree maybe didn't have possession of the football.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field will stand. It will be New England's ball, first down. San Diego will be charged with their first timeout.
As he got the ball back for Brady and company at the 32. Gaffney with yet another catch. And Jammer immediately brings him down. Inside 6 minutes. And last play picked up 7. Second down and 3. And Watson unable to grab hold of it. That's good for the first down, and Gaffney gets free before Cromartie lowers the shoulder at the 13-yard line.
Well, that time, Jim, I tell you, that the defensive backs were all running around trying to figure out, look at them. New England's lined up, and they're, well, who do I have? And then at the last second, look at the switches. And that confusion allows the wide receiver to get open, and a big first down for the New England Patriots.
Dillon back in the backfield. Gaffney had 11 catches after being signed in early October. 11 on the season. He has 10 today, including a touchdown. On first down, Brady's pass caught. And there's Watson with his first grab of the game. 2nd and 1 at the 4 coming up. Fake to Dillon. Brady looks, finds open his receiver, and it's Rashae Caldwell coming back to San Diego and catching the touchdown.
I bet you Tom Brady has run this play 30 times in his career, and he's never even looked to his left to throw the football to the wide receiver out there. This is a big play-action fake. He wants to throw it over the middle. Nobody even gets past the line of scrimmage. He doesn't know what to do, looks out. There's Rashae Caldwell. What a job by Tom Brady.
And now the crucial 2-point conversion. Falk wide to the left. They're spreading it out. 4 receivers. The snap goes to Falk, and he finds a hole and finds his way for the 2-point conversion.
I thought they were bringing Kevin Falk in the backfield to just be a pass protector versus the blitz. Marty Schottenheimer sensed it, and he was trying to call timeout and couldn't get it done. Wanted to get a timeout, didn't like what he saw on the defensive side. Boy, that is some come across. Kevin Falk, what a job. He did not give it away by getting too close to the quarterback. So the defense, especially the linebackers, they didn't see anything unusual. Good timing on the step and the run across by Kevin Falk.
Find a way to win. That's all Belichick asks of his team.
That was going out of bounds.
Fielded by Cromartie. And he just let it go out of bounds. He would have had it at the 40 instead of near the 30.
Jim, still plenty of time. Timeouts, no hurry. They can still hand it to this guy.
And Tomlinson able to rip off and win 5. Maybe 6. Second down and 4. Fake to Tomlinson, goes sideline. Jackson. Did he ever come down with a no? And Hobbs with the hit. A big third down play coming up. And Chad Scott has come in for Hobbs. And the Chargers, before they snap it, use a second timeout.
3:46 to go.
And third down and 4. Looks right, throws right, and the pass knocked down by Asante Samuel. He was going for Eric Parker, and the Patriots are going to get the ball right back after a 3-and-out.
How big has Asante Samuel been today, all through the year, last week? That time, the Patriots said, you are not throwing it to Antonio Gates. They put 2 defenders right on him. Phillip Rivers goes to a single outside. Good throw, but sometimes you can't beat excellent coverage.
Kevin Falk and Troy Brown are back. Waiting this big kick by Cyphers. It's Falk at the 15, trying to get outside with a stiff arm. And still only able to get it to the sideline at the 15. That's a 51-yard boot. The Patriots have taken advantage of these turnovers for 14 points. Well,
penalty.
One way to keep the drive going for the Patriots. Then this. What a moment when McCree had it going the other way, and Brown was able to force the fumble. Caldwell recovered, and Caldwell caught the touchdown. Then the 2 by Falk. And here we go. The Californian Tom Brady. He's done this so many times. First down up top, Daniel Green open, and Keel brings him down, but not until the Patriots pick up 19.
The staple of this offense, inside vertical passing. So far today, the San Diego Chargers have done a good job of stopping it, but that time, a little blitz, Daniel Graham wide open at the right side.
Of course, it's not Vinatieri over there warming up for them anymore. He stars now for the Colts. And rookie Gostowski may be the one who will come out and try to do something that Vinatieri routinely converted. Winning field goals. Brady rifling and incomplete. Went back to Graham. Randall Godfrey on the coverage.
Well, they've been in so many pressure moments, this New England team, over the years. Watch the blitz. Here they come, and look at the protection. He looks, and then he's able to step into it and fire it just a little behind Daniel Graham, who can't make the catch.
This crowd waiting and anticipating that Sean Merriman, the star of this defense, waiting for him to make a play when they need it most. Second down and 10. Falk is in the backfield. And Brady able to get it to Falk, who cannot hold on. That was Stephen Cooper who came barreling down the middle at Brady.
They had the screen play on. That is perfect against the blitz. But it comes so fast. Cooper comes outside. Look at Kevin Falk. Would it work? I don't know. Luis Castillo That's how you stop screens. Defensive linemen just have to recognize it and hustle.
Falk felt Castillo's presence. And it's 3rd and 10 with 2:42 remaining.
Chargers keep trying to apply the pressure.
And a timeout called by the Chargers, their last. Now they switch it the other way. The first signal was to the Chargers by the back judge, but now it's a timeout, New England. So the Patriots have one, and the Chargers still have their one.
Well, what coach was it that told us? Tony Dungy says you don't have to worry about crowd noise on the road because sooner or later they get tired. That hadn't happened today, has it?
Well, they've got a lot of years they've been holding up.
They've been waiting.
They've been preserving all of that energy, that postseason energy.
He said to him, Coach, what about crowd noise? Well, it basically said it's a little overrated because they can only yell for so long.
It's never been louder than this moment right here. 3rd and 10. Brady, long ball to Caldwell, has it, and still on his feet, tightrope down the sidelines and out of bounds, but set up for at the very least a winning field goal try. 49 yards by the former Charger, Rashae Caldwell.
It's pressure on Tom Brady. It's picked up. What a move at the line of scrimmage by Rashae Caldwell. He didn't hurry it. He kept his patience, and that allowed him to get around Quentin Jammer, whose best strength as a corner is making you, getting you and hitting you and jamming you at the line of scrimmage. What a move.
Ball at the 17. And Corey Dillon, his first handle since the first quarter, goes for 2 yards.
Well, now Tom Brady's going to let it go to the 2-minute warning. They're going to make San Diego use one of their timeouts. And, of course, the huge key, at worst as a defense, you give them a field goal try.
Well, there they use it. They use it on this side of the 2-minute warning. They go north of the 2-minute warning to expire their allotment. Caldwell, whose brother just won a national championship with the Gators on Monday night.
Look down here, Jim. All the people here, Tom Brady goes, I'm going to go to the one-on-one. There's just a safety in the middle who's not a factor. Tom Brady looks down the middle to create more space for Rashae Caldwell, and that was an easy decision that time for Tom Brady.
He got knocked down eventually by Jabbar Gaffney. But his brother Andre caught a touchdown in that win over Ohio State. Quite a week for the Caldwell family, and Brady had so much praise for the receiver who came over from San Diego. Talked about his energy, his enthusiasm, how he never complained, that's a rarity with you, let's face it, with the receivers out there today.
Not only him, none of the receivers with the Patriots, tight ends, nobody complains. And you're right, it's a rarity, and it says something about just another reason why they've won so many times.
2nd down and 8. Evans lead blocking for Dillon. He will take it to the 2-minute warning after the 3-yard gain. As loud as it was a couple of moments ago, stunned silence at the 2-minute warning. We are back with 2 minutes remaining. And a slot in the AFC Championship game at stake to take on Indianapolis. A 3rd and 5 on the way for New England with the game tied. From the 12. They go with Dillon, a 3rd straight play, and he's backed up the yard. And they will lean on Stephen Gostowski. This is what people speculated on all season long. You know, the Patriots let Vinatieri walk away and sign with Indianapolis. And what would they be giving up without Adam Vinatieri come playoff time?
We're going to find out. We got part of that answer last night when you, or yesterday when you watched Indianapolis and Baltimore. You know, I talked about, Jim, football is a reactionary sport. Pressure's not that big of a deal when you're out there playing, except for one guy. That's the place kicker.
That guy right there.
Because he gets to sit there and think about it.
Yeah, we saw Vinatieri last night. In a different uniform, but still the same guy. The same clutch kicker, arguably the greatest clutch kicker in the history of the game. So Gostowski will come out. It'll be somewhere around 30 yards. There's Lonnie Paxton. He's been their long snapper on all 3 of their Super Bowl wins. Pretty flawless. Now, one thing is that we've gotten so caught up in the playoffs with the holder situation. There's Matt Castle. This is just the 4th game he's been in there as a holder. That duty used to belong to the punters, but injuries at that position, the backup quarterback is in. Belichick told us this week he's not concerned about the holding situation. 31 yards for the lead for Gostowski. And the kick is good. Well, the Chargers and Phillip Rivers specifically have 70 seconds with no timeouts to work with. You know, that was textbook. Perfect snap. The hold down like there was no pressure at all by Castle and Gostowski.
You know, I actually wonder, do holders now think about Tony Romo when they go out there? Because it's like you said, Jim, so much focus has been on it here during the playoffs since we saw it.
Paxton looking up for a few friends. He's an Orange, California native, Southern Cal native. 11 unanswered points in 3.5 minutes. Vinny Testaverde never looked like he was too concerned about the eventual outcome of that kick.
Well, 70 seconds for a field goal try is enough time for the San Diego Chargers. And we talked about it early, not that there's much wind on the field, but what little breeze there is, probably about 8 miles per hour, is behind the San Diego Chargers right now.
That's right, will work to their advantage. Now the kickoff into the wind, drives them all the way back to the goal line. And Turner gets past the first wave and lost his footing. Fields a low snap. On the field, and they get a good chunk of it near the 40 to Antonio Gates, 14 yards. The Patriots gave him the middle of the field, and that took about 20 seconds, maybe more. And again, it's Gates. Gates, that's just not what they need. 3 yards, but a lot of time for those 3 yards. And there's Nate Kading, who has not missed since he missed the 40-yard try, not missed at home, a field goal kick. Well, they want a little flag here for Rivers being decked, and that would have been had. Jarvis Green was in the middle of that mix, but Kading had that 40-yard field goal try that would have beaten the Jets in the playoffs 2 years ago, and has never missed another one at home since.
Well, that second flop we've seen today, but Jarvis Green just going full speed, even on the spike.
Now they need to have about 20 yards and somehow regroup in time to get any kind of a chance for Kading. Down the middle, they've got the yardage now. They're right at the line, the spike play, and they will have a chance to bring out the kicker. They better be all set. That penalty we've seen at times this year, and they did get set on that offensive line and down it with 8 seconds to go. Eric Parker puts them in position with the grab.
What a throw and a route and everything by the San Diego Chargers. They know the defense, and Phillip Rivers hangs on the football and hits the deep end cut and gives them a chance here to tie the game.
You saw Cyphers, he's the holder, Ben the snapper, and Kading trying to match his career long and send this game to overtime. 54 yards, and Kading with better hook in a hurry. It doesn't. Stephen and Brian, his two sons, with a hug with their dad. Captain Comeback just has to take a knee. And New England, there's his daughter Amanda, senior at Wesleyan College, where Belichick went to college. There is a late flag on the field, looks to be unrelated to the play, the kick.
Looks like the kick's going to come up short anyway, Jim.
Yep,
just a little to the right.
After the conclusion of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, taking helmets off in celebration. New England, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Not that you'd expect a 54-yarder to go through every time, but isn't it something that Kading had gone 2 years without missing one at home?
Well,
since he had last missed one in that playoff game against the Jets.
And you see the celebration by the New England Patriots, and I think you know why. It's just almost an improbable win. Some of the mistakes the San Diego Chargers made to really get pushed around in so many instances in the game, and to somehow at the end you find yourself, you get a chance, or you do win the game. It's an emotional time for New England, and a bitter, bitter defeat for the San Diego Chargers.
I've never seen a team though that had so many chances living on the other team's side of the field. Tomlinson and Hobbs seem to have a little angry exchange.
Well, it's because of the celebration. They don't want to be shown up on their home field.
More heartache for Marty Schottenheimer.